Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace, blessings, and mercy of Allah be upon you. Welcome to Mac's Islam Awareness Workshop Training Session on Hajj, a lesson on inclusivity, hope, and trust. This workshop is primarily for students in primary and middle school. In the workshop document, we provide teachers with documents and videos that they can watch to help them prepare for the workshop. The workshop document has the breakdown and activities that you can do with your students. In this presentation, I will go through all the workshop components to make it easier for you to follow and to apply. Let us go over the learning objectives first, and they include the following. The Hajj is a pillar of Islam performed by able-bodied Muslims. We'll show the historical link between Abrahamic religions through Hajj rituals. The Hajj shows we should not judge one another by the way we look. And we learn also that about empathy, kindness, hope, and trust. Before delivering this workshop, we encourage teachers to go through some of the documents and videos we have provided for you under the title Teacher Preparation. Here you can find an explanation of Hajj and when it occurs, why Muslims perform Hajj and the purpose of it, and also some useful infographics and quick reference guides. Now let us begin getting into the workshop. We start with Disrupt Misconceptions, and it is an introductory activity where you show images of different aspects of Hajj, such as the Kaaba, which for Muslims is considered to be the house of God, and it rests within the Grand Mosque of Mecca. Images of Muslim pilgrims performing on the Mountain of Mercy, on the plain of Arafat, and various other images. The purpose of this activity is to activate prior knowledge and to understand what students know before the workshop. Once you have completed the introductory activity, you run the Do It component of the workshop. And there are different options for this component. The first option is that you can invite a guest speaker to come and present on Hajj through a hands-on activity. So for example, a role play of some of the Hajj rites. This can include students dressing all in white and going around the Kaaba 7 times, which is referred to as Tawaf. After completion of Tawaf, students run back and forth from 2 stations which are referred to as Safa and Marwa. The second option is to read a children's book about Hajj, or to watch a short video, and we've provided you with a link to watch if you choose this option. After completing one of the options mentioned, students will have an opportunity to participate in a fun, hands-on activity. We provide for you different links that you can access, and they have different items that you can make. For example, Eid cards, how to make a Kaaba, mosaic art, and various other activities. Students are encouraged to share their creations with each other once they are done. The second part of the workshop is the reflection component. Teachers have the option of inviting a Muslim community member to share their experience through pictures, video, and storytelling about their lived experience of performing Hajj. Allow students to share their thoughts and feelings generated by the experience of hearing this individual, and capture the words in word clouds and post on one of the sides of the walls in your classroom. Let the students talk freely and acknowledge the ideas they generate regarding the following points. That we are all different, culturally, skin complexion, religion, etc., but the same when doing a task together. And some discussion points that you can include are: what can we do in our class to capture the theme of diversity and anti-racism? What can we do to practice anti-racism in our school community? And how do we build trust between the students in our class and school? The last part of the workshop, we refer to it as Now What? After reflecting, how can we apply what has been learned about Hajj and about respecting others to a similar or different situation? This is an opportunity to discuss how new learning can be applied to other situations. So for example, when you see or hear something that is unfamiliar to you and your upbringing, how do you deal with it? Or what are some things we can say when we experience something different? So for example, we can say, "That's cool. I never knew that before. I like the way you do that. Can you tell me more about that?" Or what can you do to get out of your comfort zone and play with another student that you do not usually play with? And lastly, What is a kind, nice, or helpful act that you have done for another student? While discussing these questions, remind students that it is okay to ask questions in an appropriate and respectful manner. You can also help each individual feel a sense of ownership for what was learned through journaling and sharing their thoughts and learning with their family members at home. Finally, when it comes to assessment, how do you really know if they got it? Have you met your goals and learning objectives? You can design a worksheet, you can do journal recording, a test, a quiz, or performance based activity for students to demonstrate what they have learned. Before ending this training video, I would like to point out that at the end of this workshop document, you will find a glossary of terms that you can refer to, and as well as curriculum connections that you can make. Curriculum connections can be made to the social studies curriculum for grades 1, 2, and 6, and to the arts curriculum for grades 1 to 8. Thank you for your time, and we really appreciate you taking the time to learn and engage and bring understanding into your spaces of learning.